Children, let's do the quiz because we've already done the initial first two sessions of Africa, chapter Africa. Let us see how much you all remember. Why is Africa known as dark continent?
It was the last
Ma'am, it
continent
was the last
to be
continent to be
discovered.
discovered.
Very good, very good. It was the last continent to be discovered. Next, what percentage of all the land on the planet Earth does Africa cover?
Ma'am, 20%.
20%.
Excellent. That means you all have understood my yesterday's session. So good. All right. Which among the following does not pass through Africa?
Arctic Circle.
Arctic Circle.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Keep up the good work. Okay. Dash is the largest country in Africa. Yesterday we did this.
Algeria.
And the smallest?
Ma'am,
What
those
will be the smallest? Who will tell me? Yes?
From Seychelles Island.
Seychelles Island.
Yes.
I forgot how to spell.
Okay. Submit. Very good. Very good. Next. The highest point in Africa is Mount Dash in
Kilimanjaro.
Kilimanjaro.
Very nice. Very nice. So that means you all got all 5 questions correct. So you all deserve a big round of applause. All of you. Come on. Very good. Very good. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. Very good. Excellent. That means you have understood the sessions which we had done till yesterday, right? So now we will start with the new content. All right. Today we are going to study about the physical features of Africa. Let us understand what are all things are included in the physical features. Most of Africa is a plateau made of ancient hard rock, decreasing in height in steps to the narrow coasts. The height of the plateau is lower in the north and increases southwards. Please underline this. Okay, most of Africa is the plateau. Okay, and how it is made up of? It is made up of ancient hard rock. Okay, what about the height of the plateau? The height of the plateau is lower in the north and it increases southwards. Okay, please underline this. Height of the plateau is lower in the north. All right. Let us see one by one each of the different physical features of Africa. First one is highlands, and in highlands we have the first point which is mountains. Let us study more about the mountains. Most mountains in Africa are not above 6,000 feet. Please underline, not above 6,000 feet. That's something which you need to remember. So the mountains are not above 6,000 feet. Since it is a fairly stable area, there are fold mountains only in the northwest and in the southwest. So where do we have fold mountains in Africa?
In the northwest and south.
And in the south. Please underline fold mountains only in the northwest and south. Okay. Next, the Atlas Mountains are young fold mountains in the northwest Africa. So dash, you might get a question of objective questions. Which mountain are young fold mountains in the northwest of Africa?
Atlas.
Atlas Mountains. Please underline Atlas Mountains, young fold mountains. Okay. Now, they stretch from the Moroccan, that is the southwest coast along the Atlantic, right up to the northern Tunisia, that is northeast. They consist of 3 parallel ranges. Please underline. These atlas, we are talking about, who are they over here? Whom are we talking about, children? Very good.
Atlas Mountains.
Atlas Mountains. Okay. So these Atlas Mountains are consists of three parallel ranges, and the highest peak in the Atlas Mountain is dash. That is
Mount Tobkal.
Mount Top.
underline. Highest peak in Atlas Mountain is Mount Topkal. All right. So you remember all the information about mountains. So first, let's revise before we go on to the next topic. That is Africa. What have we learned about the mountains in Africa? First of all, how much is the height?
No, ma'am, they are not above 6,000 feet.
Very good. And which mountains does Africa have towards northwest and in the south?
Four mountains.
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 And which is the young fold mountain in the northwest?
Atlas Mountains.
Atlas Mountain.
Mountains.
Very good. And which is the highest peak in the Atlas Mountain?
Mount Topkal.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, and it stretches from southwest to northeast. You can just mark that. Okay. Southwest to northeast. And they have given the names of all the places. Okay. Next is East African Highlands. The East African Highlands Physical Division consists of the East African Rift Valley and a part of the long chain of mountains that runs down East Africa. Please underline, it consists of East African Rift Valley and also a part of long chain of mountains that runs down East Africa. Okay. So East African mountains, how are they divided? What does it consist of? Two things. First,
East African Rift Valley
and
long change of
long
mountains
chain
that
of
runs down
mountains.
East
okay,
Africa.
got the two parts? Got the
Yes,
division?
ma'am.
All right. Next, most important is the most of the highlands and mountains here are the result of recent volcanic activities. This is very important. Mount Kilimanjaro is the highest peak in Africa at 5,895 meters. Underline the meters also. Okay. The other peaks in the order are, so after Mount Kilimanjaro, you have the list given who are below the Mount Kilimanjaro. Okay. So before I go on to the list, let me revise with y'all.
Yes.
What is the physical division of East African Highland?
Ma'am, it consists of the East
East African Rift Valley and a part of the long chain of mountains
long
that
chain
runs
of
down East
mountains,
Africa.
Africa.
Yes. Okay. And which is the highest peak?
Mount Kilimanjaro.
Mount
And how much
Kilimanjaro.
high it is?
5,895 meters.
Okay. After
95
Mount Kilimanjaro, which mountain do we have? We have Mount Kenya.
Kenya.
What is the height?
5,200 meters.
Okay. After Mount Kenya, we have
Mount
Mount
Meru.
Meru. Okay. How much is the height of Mount Meru?
4,569 meters.
All right. Then next is Mount Ras the same.
Yes.
Okay. What is the height?
4,573 meters.
Okay. Now, if I just ask you to give me a random list of like the list from highest to lowest of Africa, can you just name the mountains? Number
Yes,
one.
ma'am.
Mount
Kilimanjaro.
Two.
Mount Kenya.
Mount
Kenya.
Number three.
Mount Ras Dashen and Mount Meru.
Got it?
Yes,
Ma'am, the list is like this. Mount Kilimanjaro is the
Yes.
highest,
Yes.
5,895.
They just gave it. All right. Got it, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what we will be doing is the most important topic. That is, you will definitely get a question based upon this. It is the Great Rift Valley. Please underline this. You will definitely get a question, whether either in the form of a short note or in the form of an objective based upon this. Okay. Never forget about the Great Rift Valley. Before we see the map, let us read what is given about it. Okay. A unique feature of Africa is its long, narrow, and Y-shaped rift valley caused by the movement of the continental plates. Can you see why without clicking on the map? Can you just see a Y?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. An upside down one.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is the Y-shaped rift valley, and how is this valley formed? Because of the
Movement of the continental plates.
Movement of the
Movement of the
continental
continental.
okay.
plate.
Just click on the wait. Let me read this, but then we will have a look at the map. The Great Rift Valley begins from Jordan in Southwest Asia. Okay, in Southwest Asia, runs through the Red Sea to Mozambique. Okay, it consists of two sections. Just click on the map so that I can show you simultaneously. First thing, can you see the Y shape?
Yes, ma'am. An upside
Yes.
down Y.
Can you see
Yes,
the continental plates? How it, because of which it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
formed?
The Eurasian plate and the
Yes, ma'am.
Arabian plate.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. The next, what was the next which they said is? Let's go back to the text. They said is that the Rift Valley begins from Jordan in Southwest Asia. Okay, and it runs through Red Sea. Just let us see, where is Red Sea? Click on the map. Can you see Red Sea?
Yes, ma'am. Between Africa and the Arabian plate.
Excellent, excellent. Very good. Okay, there's this Red Sea, but it starts from where? Which place?
And the Rift Valley starts from Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah, where is Jordan?
From the southwest of Asia.
Yeah, where? Come on, can you locate Jordan on the map? Southwest of Asia.
Southwest.
Yes. Okay. Fine. Let's go to the next. Maybe you'll be able to locate it in the atlas if you'll have. Close. Okay. It consists of two sections, one east and the other west. It extends southwards through Lake Malawi to Mozambique. Okay. Its long length is about 6,400 kilometer and its average width ranges from 30 to 40 kilometer. Okay, so let's locate the extension of Great Rift Valley. Southward you have Lake Malawi. Let's see if we can locate the lake. Can you all see lake?
Yes, ma'am. There it is.
Yes,
Lake
ma'am.
Malawi.
Ma'am. Between
Okay,
the
from
two
Lake Malawi to where?
Mozambique.
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 Check
Ma'am,
check
there
it.
it is.
It's right
Mozambique.
there.
Okay, can you all see the distance?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
Okay, just close this.
Hmm.
There are several. Next page. Lakes in the Great Rift Valley. The most famous one is Lake Victoria. Please underline this. Which is the most famous lake in Great Rift Valley? It is Lake Victoria.
Victoria.
Yes.
And ma'am, it also is the cause where the Nile originates.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
ma'am. And
Very
it
good.
is the largest lake in Africa.
Right.
Largest.
Right. Very good. Very good. Okay. A rift valley is a long, narrow valley with steep sides that is caused as a result of faulting. Now let us understand what is the meaning of the word faulting. Faulting means what? A shift or dislodging of the earth's crust in which adjacent surfaces are displayed relative to one another and parallel to the plane of fracture, also called as shift. Can you see the Earth's crust? There's a shift in the picture at least.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is called as faulting. Three main types of fault motion. So they have given you the types also. All right. So now let's go on to the text. What does the text say? That the Rift Valley has a long, narrow valley with steep sides that is caused as a result of faulting. The land between two faults sinks to form a valley. Please underline this. The land which is between these two faults, okay, it sinks and it forms a valley. Let's go on to the next page before we have you all understood till here, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's revise about Great Rift Valley before we go on to the next topic.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go on to the previous page. Okay, now what is the unique feature of Great Rift Valley of Africa? What does Africa have?
Rift Valley caused by the movement of continental
Very good. It has a, please underline, a Y-shaped rift valley. And how is this caused? By the continental plates. Okay. Now, it consists of two sections. Great Rift Valley consists of two sections. Okay. Which are the two sections?
one in the east and one in the west.
Yes. So, and it extends southwards through which lake?
Lake Malawi to
Lake
Mozambique.
Mozambique.
Very good. Okay. And its total length, please go on to the next page, is how much?
6,400 kilometers.
And which is the most famous lake over here in the Great Rift
Lake
Valley?
Victoria.
Lake Victoria.
Great
Very good.
Victoria.
Okay. And there we also studied that there, in this particular valley, you have faulting which takes place, and because of the between these two faults, we have a valley. All right. Got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go on to the next topic. All right. Next is the Darkensberg Mountain. Oh my God. Have you heard this word before, children?
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you excited to know what is this?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
name itself is quite unique. Okay. So now the Darkensberg Mountains are situated along the southeast coast. These are not true mountains, but a tilted steep edge of African plateau. So this is also one of the physical feature of Africa. What is it? The Darkensberg Mountain. Where it is situated, please underline. It is situated along the
Southeast coast.
coast. Okay. And is it a mountain in true sense?
No, ma'am.
What it is then, children? It is
It is
Tilted steep edge of
Steep
the
edge.
African plateau.
which is located on African plateau. Okay. Next topic which we are going to study is about plateaus, plains, and deserts. Okay. So plateaus. Most of Africa is a plateau with varying heights. So most of Africa is covered with plateaus, and all these plateaus have different heights. The eastern and southern parts are higher than the other areas. So let us study about the plateaus which are there in Africa. The first one is the Ethiopian plateau. Please underline the Ethiopian plateau. This is important. Okay. It is the highest among all plateaus. Okay. Ethiopian plateau is the highest among all plateaus, rising steeply from the coast. From where does this plateau rises? It rises from the
coast.
Steeply from the coast.
The plateau of South Africa is broadened by high lines of the south, west, and east. The southern part of the plateau consists of barren Kalahari Desert. Okay, so now the second one is the plateau of South Africa. Okay, it is the southern part of the is what? It is broadened by Highlands. Underline this. Plateaus of South Africa are broadened by highlands. Okay. What about the southern plateaus? The southern plateau consists of
Barren Kalahari.
Barren
Very
Kalahari
Barren
Desert.
Kalahari
so
Desert.
now we underline that also. Southern plateau consists of. Now we have learned three points in this. Number one, the Ethiopian plateau. What it is?
The highest
The highest among all plateaus.
Very good. Number two, the plateau of South Africa.
Is bordered by highlands of the
Bordered by
southwest
the
and
highlands of the
east.
southeast.
Number three, the southern part of the plateau.
Consists of the Barren Kalahari Desert.
Desert.
Okay. Now let's study about planes. What are planes? Okay. I am not talking about aeroplanes. Okay, children. Just kidding. Okay, no problem. So let's study about plains. Plains are found in the western and northern regions of the continent along the coast. So where do you find plains in Africa? It is in the
Western
western
and northern regions of the
northern
continent.
regions. Please underline western and northern regions of the continent. There you find the plains. Okay. The coastal areas are narrow and are found where the plateau edge drops steeply. The central part of Africa, that is the Zaire, or you can also call as Congo Basin, is also lowlands. Please underline Congo Basin. You will get this for an objective type question. Okay, central part of Africa. Uh,
Zahid or Congo Basin.
Okay, and these plains, what we have studied about, they are basically found in western and northern regions. Now, the coastal areas which are there are narrow and they are found where plateau edge drops steeply. Have you all understood till your children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
next is deserts. I'm not talking about deserts, which means ice creams.
Oh, ma'am, we know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
Hindi we tell Registan.
Yeah, very good. Okay. So there are three important deserts which is located in the African continent. Please underline the Sahara Desert, the Namib Desert, and the Kalahari Desert. Okay, we will stop here for today and we will continue. We'll learn more about these deserts in the next class. Are you all excited to know more about the deserts?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It's interesting. It's
Yes, ma'am.
fascinating.
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you
make jokes during class?